Mason Mount is now officially a Manchester United player. He has passed his medical. He's going to be shown to the world today in a press conference. I cannot wait. He's announced to Chelsea that he's leaving. He gave his fans a farewell at Chelsea. Great. I heard the statement he made, a video statement, really well put out there. Well done, Mason Mount, and welcome to Manchester United, and I wish you the best. We were expecting a takeover announcement yesterday, but nothing came. There was loads of rumours on Monday saying that Tuesday is the day that something's going to happen, but nothing came. Let's first go through and take a look at all the transfer news that's taking place right now. Okay, despite what I initially thought of Mason Mount's transfer, he's now a full United player, and I'm getting 100% behind him, and I want him to smash it at Manchester United. You cannot deny that Mason Mount has done some great things at Chelsea, and one of those things is winning the Champions League. Yes, you did not think that this guy did it, but he is a class player, and we need to be really happy about this. Apparently Chelsea were in talks or had been approached by Liverpool and by Arsenal as well for Mason Mount. And Mason Mount had spoken directly with Ten Hag, and he was convinced with his project at Manchester United and therefore joined Manchester United. Does that ring a bell? You know, which manager used to do that a lot? Yes, you guessed it, Fergie. Fergie was the man who used to convince these players to come to United, and the players would set on his plan, and this is exactly what Ten Hag is doing. He's going out there and getting these players, and he's showing them the vision, he's showing them the plan, and they are going to cook together. Also, overnight, we got confirmation that Declan Rice has now confirmed and is fully a Arsenal player. I think he's got his medical to go through. Everything else has been agreed between the clubs, the fees, the structure of payment, everything. So Declan Rice moves to Arsenal. Arsenal do look formidable with that centre mid, just packed out with some class players. We are hearing Liverpool are on the hot trails of Romeo Lavia, a defensive midfielder, considered one of the top talents in Europe. He did come from City. He has been given a good grounding, and he is looking like everyone's after him, actually, because Chelsea are after him as well, and so are Arsenal. This kid from Southampton is predicted to do some crazy things and become one of the best players in the Premier League, if not Europe. So let's watch this space. I do not think, I've not heard anything that Man United going after him. So I presume that this is not one of those targets that we're going to be going after, and we certainly haven't got the funds and capabilities, if we actually believe what we've been told in relation to the financial fair play rules. We won't be able to go into a battle over Lavia. Surely Arsenal again have blown their budget on Declan Rice. So I'm thinking, well, would Arteta be going for another high price player? I doubt it. You got to say that the board at Arsenal have backed Arteta since his last season's run and nearly got close enough to winning the Premier League. So they've really put their money where their mouth is, turning attention actually back to United. As we discussed yesterday, there was loads of talk about Onana and offers being made and Inter asking for a certain price for Onana. As I explained, no offers have been made. So wherever you're hearing anywhere else, that is not true. No formal offers have been made for Man United, unless they're made within the next couple of minutes. But as I'm recording this, no offers have been made for Onana, and Inter have valued the player at around £60 million. Now that is on the high side, and a lot of people are saying that would be too much for a goalkeeper of Onana's stature. I believe it's a lot as well. I think we need to keep our options open, and I believe Manchester United are keeping their options open. I am being told that Manchester United have not singled out Onana. They are actually looking at many other goalkeepers, and they will make a decision and make an offer for the one that they choose to go with finally. So yes, Onana is on top of the list, but he's not the only person on the list, and there's other players that Manchester United are identifying, and once they've done that, then they will make a formal offer once they've finished shortlisting. So yes, Onana is on the list, but not the only one. Inter's asking price, I believe, is a lot. And it'd be interesting to find out where David De Gea is. What is the situation with him? That would give you a great insight to what United are going to do coming in this coming season. Are they going to stick with De Gea? Is De Gea just going to be a free agent but stick around, maybe be given a 1-year contract? Talking about contracts, we are trying to get rid of loads of players and selling them all, but there doesn't seem to be any serious approach for any of them. That is the biggest problem Man United are having. There's no approaches for any of the players that are available, from Maguire to Fred, McTominay. No one is actually coming to United for these players. Look, let's break this down for you. Most of the smaller teams in the Prem and elsewhere wait till the end of the market to pick up players on the cheap, and therefore United are really going to struggle to sell any of these players right now. And that is the problem, because the financial fair play rules won't allow Man United to sign new players until they don't sell the players. But if they can't sell the players, they can't buy new players, and therefore it's a vicious circle. They're not going to be able to do anything unless they sell these players. Now, most of the clubs are sitting on the sidelines waiting to see when Man United become really desperate to sell these players right near the end of the transfer window, and then they're going to come in with lowball offers for Maguire, Fred, McTominay, and pick these players up on the cheap. And that's what they've traditionally done each and every transfer window. It's the big teams with huge clout that target their players really early and then get them in right early on in the transfer window. Real Madrid, Barca, City, PSG, all of them get their signings done really early on in the window if they can, and then there might be one or two straddlers, but you never see them signing someone on the last day of the window unless it's someone big or something else is going on. But the big signings are actually done really early on, like you've seen with Real Madrid, and well, apart from Mbappe, but Mbappe looks like he's not going to Real Madrid as things stand. As things stand, Mbappe has priced himself out of a move to Real Madrid, but let's wait and see. Real Madrid always pull something out of the bag, so we do not know what is going to happen there. Also, we are hearing that the players that are going out, even Saudi isn't buying them. Even Saudi is not prepared to make offers for these players. And you ask yourself why. I've had loads of people question this and saying, why are Saudis not making the offers to buy these players? Why isn't Saudi coming for Maguire or McTominay or Fred or whatever? The reason being is that the Saudi strategy is not to buy out of form players from other clubs. They don't do that. They want big name players to invest in who will bring attention to the Saudi game and the Saudi league. Prime example being Cristiano Ronaldo. They'd rather pay him all that money because they know that he will bring lots of attention, lots of media attention, lots of focus from the rest of the world on the Saudi game. And that is true. It has worked. Before Ronaldo joined the Saudi league, no one knew what the hell the teams were and what was going on. But now you've got some idea of what's going on. And I think with the now inclusion of Benzema and lots of other big name players that are moving out there, I think the Saudi league is going to get a lot more traction, and a lot more people will be looking over to see what's going on. So in that instance, United are snookered, aren't they? Completely snookered, and it's all of their own making. Why didn't they not plan this out before the summer? Why did they not have this sorted out? They should have been tapping up these players with agents, and they should have had these things in motion well before the transfer window opened. They knew they were going to get rid of these players, and they should have made plans for them immediately, so they were not going to get snookered like this. Surely they've been aware from well before the transfer window opened that this would be an issue. Why start looking for buyers now for players? We look like a club now desperate to sell these players, and we look set to make even less money than we were going to make on these players originally. This lack of planning has to be and is all to do with the takeover. The management might have thought the takeover will happen within a month and they'll have a new owner, and then they can discuss all the new transfers coming in and out with the new owner, and the reality's hit hard, which is the takeover hasn't happened and we're in the middle of a transfer window and they don't know what to do, whether to stick or twist. And I do not envy Ten Hag in this position, because he's been probably planning for the transfer window for some time, and he's now been hit by this financial fair play rubbish and the takeover rubbish, which he probably thought would be done and dusted by now.